Hello everyone and welcome back to this humble abode of gameplay and memes. Today I return to you with more Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever and another replay cast. Before we start though, a really quick announcement I have to tell you here. So recently, it has come to my attention that quite a lot of people actually don't like the background music that I'm using in my casts. So, to that end, I decided to create a poll to figure out if, how many people exactly are not liking the music and if they want to change it to something else or they want to keep it or whatever. Unfortunately, as of recording this, which is on the 14th of September, the poll only has 7 votes, and considering the amount of views my videos usually get, in comparison to this amount of votes, it's obviously, it's not enough. This amount of votes is not enough. So please, before you watch this video, or maybe after, please go vote on the poll. And this way, just state your opinion, because I need to know. I need to know how, if everybody hates this music, then I will change it to something else. But for now, I'll keep using the same music I was before. Because, yes, the poll results with just 7 votes are obviously quite inconclusive indeed. So yeah, with that out of the way, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you still haven't, and maybe even leave a comment down below. With that out of the way now, let's go ahead and start our cast. So this is going to be a ladder game. Yes, very exciting. I know it's going to be a matchmaking, match, yes, with 4 people in total, so 2v2. This is a map called SinVian or SinVian or something along those lines. This is the first time I'm seeing this map. I've never seen it before. But it does look very pretty. That you've got this archipelago with brown soil. Basically no grass growing anywhere. And then you've got, a relatively empty space in the middle where a lot of naval combat could potentially take place. You've got these mountains that look like copper. Yeah, don't zoom in too closely because it just looks ridiculous. It kind of looks like something from Warcraft 3. But yeah, this map has a total amount of 12,000 reclaim on it by default, but that's not all. It also has some civilian infrastructure of the combat variety, actually. You've got civilian and combat, kind of doesn't mix, but in Supreme Commander it's all quite different. Okay, yeah, so you've got zappers here, you've got power generators, which are interestingly enough hostile. Yeah, every object besides the generators is not hostile. You've got T3 Seraphim anti-air guns here, you've got some shards as well, so overall a pretty cool map with lots of cool stuff on it. So, I guess we should expect lots and lots of naval action. It's also pretty huge, it's 20 by 20, I forgot to mention it, but yes it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and start introducing our players because it's kind of long overdue at this point. Starting from Team 1, in the red corner, our first player of the day is going to be We13 at 1100 rank points, playing Seraphim in Road Rage Red and going first land and nothing else so far. His teammate for this particular match is going to be Mr. or Miss, I don't discriminate, Just Awesome. What an awesome name indeed. At 1200 rank points, playing UEF in Coordinate Red, going first land and once again nothing so far. On the opposite side of the world, we've got ourselves Team 2 with the blue corner. It's going to be GeneralKnowledge, also playing UEF just like Just Awesome, in Blues Blue at 1100 rank points, going first land, and his teammate, the last player, last but not least for this particular team and for this match, is going to be Boy_34174. Playing Cybran at 1100 rank points. Interestingly enough, both of the players on Team 2 have the exact same rank points, so I guess they play all of their games together or something like that. Anyway, playing Cybran going first air. So yes, we've got 4 players going first land and 1 player going first air. Anyway, now that we've got the introductions out of the way, let's start speeding up the game slightly. See what the players are going to do, what's up and what's down. I'm expecting an early bomber play or some such out of Boy, because of the early air factory. So far it seems to be only producing engineers though. Yeah, it's just producing engineers on loop. As you can see already, the shard, the Aeon shard that was standing next to Weed's base, already being captured and sent against the shores of Boy. I wonder if Boy is going to capture this shard or not. Not yet. So yeah, you can capture those things. Of course, you can also reclaim them if you don't need them, you know. That's a pretty juicy bits here, like this T3 Seraphim anti-air, definitely worth reclaiming, because, you know, it's not doing much right now. And even if you capture it, it still won't be doing too much. Although having a T3 anti-air just like that is very nice, but, you know, maybe you just want to capture it. Alright, so the shard is just standing there, not doing much. Just, oh god, sorry about that. Just enjoying life so far in this tropical little paradise that we've got going on. Then the other shards are still not captured, like I said. The first bomber actually comes out of Just Awesome instead of Boy. It tries to bomb mass extractors though. I'm guessing he thought the engineer was there and he's probably targeting the ground. There you go. One engineer down, already pretty good stuff. Still no aggressive bomber plays out from Team 2. We do have plenty of interceptors though, which should allow them to intercept the bot. Yep, there we go, the bomber is down. Transports already flying out of both players on Team 1, I'm pretty sure. Right, yeah, there you go. One transport is currently being filled up. The transport out of Weed already traveled to this other island. The scenic island, the very spectacular looking island. That looks like a combination of something out of Doom and Conquer's Bad Fur Day. Not entirely sure what that's supposed to be, I guess. Just a decoration. But yes, we've already got our first factory on the second island out of Weed. Already producing some tanks, artillery, and all the good stuff. Going to be trying to occupy this island as quickly as possible. The shard is still alive, however there are already 5 naval factories out of Boy, which are currently producing a whole host of submarines. Also submarines being produced by GeneralKnowledge, already heading towards the possible locations of Just Awesome's naval production. They are actually headed in the wrong direction because they don't know where the whoop, okay, they flew into the main base. They see one naval factory now, so they probably should head over that way. But currently they are just standing there not doing much. Okay, the bomber out from GeneralKnowledge is not being very useful right now, just targeting a mass extractor. It does manage to destroy them, but it's not, you know, it's not the end of the world by any means. There you go, some engineers out of Boy have been dropped, well, aggressively against the island nominally belonging to Weed. But yeah, I think they will just be destroyed here because there's a whole bunch of artillery here. There is also a squadron of interceptors being sent out by Weed. They are kind of evenly matched with GeneralKnowledge's interceptors as of now. It looks like Knowledge is microing them a lot better though, and as a result, the bomber is still having free reign, still destroying a couple engineers. Yeah, it's targeting them directly in this instance. Boom, down goes one engineer. The bomber already sitting with 5 kills, a 1-star veterancy, very nice bomber. Still more interceptors on the side of GeneralKnowledge in comparison to Weed, so it is going rather smoothly for Knowledge so far. Very good attempt at denying the island. It's not going to be, I think ultimately it's going to be unsuccessful, because there is already a factory up and it's been for a long time, but still, you know, destroying so many engineers will definitely cause some okay, you should not be doing that though, just bombing a neutral generator. You might not realize that this generator actually doesn't belong to Weed, it's just there. Alright, and Weed already suffering quite heavily from naval aggression out of Boy as well. A whole host of submarines which frigates are helpless against, assailing the location of the naval factories. Already a torpedo launcher being built up by Weed's commander in order to counter. It is being built up extremely slowly, it has to be said. It actually won't be finished because, yeah, just the DPS of the submarines is too much. At this point, you might as well just want to walk up and reclaim them. More submarines keep arriving. Actually, the submarines out of Weed, the counter submarines, bypass them somehow. Not a very good look as of now. The commander is getting surrounded by a whole bunch of submarines. They aren't targeting it, they are targeting the naval factories. I guess they haven't got enough DPS to destroy the commander, technically, between all these submarines, so it might be a good idea to just bypass the commander and target the factories, and they still keep doing exactly that. However, the infamous Seraphim floating artillery is still causing all sorts of problems for the frigates of Boy. Yeah, they've got enough artillery at this point to destroy any amount of frigates that Boy might be able to put up. So at least, you know, at least they've got that part covered. Naval engagements also being held or carried out between GeneralKnowledge and justawesome. justawesome has built up an aggressive naval factory next to the main base of GeneralKnowledge. It looks like, well, he was about to finish that but didn't quite get it. There is also transport dropout here for justawesome. It's being, ooh, I think it's carrying artillery, so let's see exactly how effective that's gonna be. T2 Air, meanwhile, already being produced by Wheat. His commander barely makes it out alive at 1100 health. The torpedo bomber keeps, will keep those at bay. Meanwhile, the successful landing of justawesome's transport has happened. You've got 5 Lobos here, rolling around destroying everything. Will destroy the hydrocarbon power plant, which I am sure GeneralKnowledge will be quite mad about. Oh yeah, also these decorations, by the way, also look really cool. Got some of these rocks that give you mass. I think this geyser, it looks like it might be putting mass out as well. Very interesting indeed. No counter so far to the torpedo bombers of Weed. Still Tech 1 Navy, Tech 1 frigates and submarines being sent in and completely annihilated, because the torpedo bombers just keep building up. The artillery pieces have destroyed so far, how many is that? Yeah, 3 mass extractors and a power plant, so I say they've already paid off. There will now be, yeah, I'm not entirely sure why they decided to roll into the enemy main base. They will be met with the commander, which means they will pretty much just get destroyed without accomplishing anything else. Might have gotten a couple generators there, but no, they didn't quite focus properly, just got a few engineers. A shard, yep, that's a shard. Okay, so GeneralKnowledge captured his own shard that was next to his base. Yeah, but this just sails in and dies immediately. Also an airdrop out from Weed somehow manages to, or it might not have been an airdrop, it might have been just, you know, just floating across, the artillery floating across. However, it should be noted that already there is a Corsair. T2 Air has been achieved by Boy, and not only that, he's already got 4 T2 Air factories producing nothing, actually. No, oh, okay, never mind. They are producing Corsairs. Not at the fastest pace imaginable, but they are, slowly but surely. Still no T2 Navy for anybody. T2 Air, however, has been hit by almost every player except for GeneralKnowledge, who actually does have T2 Navy, and is already putting out what looks like a destroyer. I think that's a destroyer at any rate. It would make sense to make a destroyer first and a cruiser next, although there are so many torpedo bombers that a destroyer would just get sunk instantly at this point, I'm pretty sure. So perhaps not. But yeah, so it looks like we didn't exactly airdrop the artillery, but just sent them straight towards the island of Boy. However, Boy is now here with his own commander, and even though they've destroyed 1 mass extractor, it's not gonna matter too much in the end. Squadron of Corsairs now being sent to support Boy's navy. So obviously Corsairs aren't the best thing in terms of anti-air. However, they aren't actually targeting air, they are targeting Boy says eject, and the commander of Weed explodes. I guess since they're saying eject, it might have been that the commander of Weed actually got, you know, lagged or something and lagged out, and thus they decided to eject him. Well, fair enough. Sometimes that's just what happens, I guess. Alrighty, so we've got Corsairs cleaning up house on the island formerly belonging to Weed, now being transferred to justawesome, of course, because, you know, in 2v2 matchmaking you've got full share enabled, so justawesome of course inherits all of the economy. Alright, yeah, we've got some anti-air turrets being constructed in order to repel those Corsairs. However, a T2 Air factory goes down, so no more Seraphim T2 Air for justawesome. The Corsairs continue their rampage, even though They will probably get destroyed eventually, but they are actually they are fairly evenly matched against those anti-air turrets. You know, down goes one. Well, I think there are just too many turrets at this point, so never mind. The Corsairs won't accomplish anything else. For some reason, the interceptors out from GeneralKnowledge fly into the base of Just Awesome and try to take down... Yeah, I guess they're just trying to take down the torpedo bombers, fair enough. Another pack of Corsairs being sent towards Just Awesome's base. Let's see, well, what exactly they can accomplish. And yes, I was correct, the first ship out of GeneralKnowledge is of course a destroyer. Now, you know, UEF destroyers, they don't have the best torpedoes ever. When you're playing UEF and you want some torpedo power, you go for torpedo boats instead. But at this point they don't really need any because, you know, Just Awesome doesn't have any submarines, and the former naval factories of Weed are only putting out frigates, so I guess he's good for now. Artillery pieces out from Weed are still being sent towards the naval factories of Boy. They aren't accomplishing too much though, because there are now Corsairs on the prowl. Alright, the Corsair squadron out from... Yep, there we go. The Corsair squadron out from Boy goes in and destroys one T2 power generator of Just Awesome. Ow, that hurt pretty good. Just Awesome at this point actually has T3 here. There you go, puts out a broadsword gunship. Would not be my first choice when you're being attacked by a whole bunch of Corsairs, but okay, fair enough. He's got a land factory upgrading to T2. He's got multiple T2 air factories, support factories producing torpedo bombers. The Corsairs are threatening the last generator that he's got left. Let's see how his economy is handling that. Ooh, oh, that's not good. Yep, minus 2,000 energy per second in deficit. You got it. Yeah. It was a really good idea to rebuild these T2 generators first. But no, he did not do that. His shores are already being bombarded by a cruiser out from GeneralKnowledge as well, already destroying a couple mass extractors. These are T2 mass extractors, by the way, so it's extremely painful. And he's not even building TMD. I don't think he realizes what's happening because, you know, since his base was under attack, he now has to micromanage two bases. Of course, you know, he's got the income from both, and he's already, you know, leading in terms of income. But in terms of micromanagement, it's a hell of a lot harder. And yeah, his torpedo bombers need to go in and destroy the cruiser. I don't think he realizes there's just one cruiser, you know, it could be more, so he's just playing it on the safe side and not sending his torpedo bombers straight in just yet. His power situation is, well, it's slightly better, but still not good enough, clearly. In terms of total mass accrued, though, you've got... Yeah, Team 1 is also leading at 134,000 mass versus 115,000. I'm guessing it's because, yeah, they've reclaimed a hell of a lot more. Look at this. Because of all the early aggression against the Navy of Weed, I'm guessing that they've got, yeah, a whole bunch reclaimed. It doesn't show here, but yeah, that just would be my guess. Doesn't show how much Weed has reclaimed, but I'm sure Just Awesome did nearly as much on his own. Anyway, we've got destroyers and cruisers being accosted by a massive fleet of frigates. I don't think GeneralKnowledge was exactly ready for the opponent having so many frigates, and they've got torpedo boats too, which will destroy those submarines really well. Another fleet of submarines being sent here, but this from Boy this time, but I don't think they will succeed once again because, you know, same thing, torpedo boats. Those wonderful Coopers, they've got pretty good torpedo defense and torpedo attack capabilities. You do need to deal with frigates, you know, and all that cool stuff. The Coopers aren't being targeted too heavily though, but I really don't think they should have gotten this close to the enemy because, yeah, once they do get targeted, they sink almost instantly. Coopers have no health to speak of. Stop sending... Hello? Stop sending them in, please. Okay. Well, at least, you know, we can avert our eyes from this horrible demise that is happening to the Cooper right now and find out that actually Just Awesome has just completed what looks like, yep, T3 Naval Headquarters. So now he can do a hell of a lot more with his navy. He can produce battleships if he wants to and completely shut down any kind of surface navy of Team 2. Corsairs engaging torpedo bombers, interestingly enough. I don't think that is very much worth it. Because once again, the anti-air on Corsairs exists. It's, you know, it's good to deal with a couple of stray interceptors, but that's about it. Especially when interceptors are on your tail like that. Ow, 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 that is extremely painful. Please stop. Oh no. Please just like turn around and fight them. What are you doing? Nope, he refuses to fight them. Instead sends the Corsairs in. The remaining Corsairs, that is, what are they gonna target, I wonder? They are targeting the T3, yep, the T3 Air HQ. There is a strategic bomber out from Just Awesome, not entirely sure what that's supposed to do. But yeah, bombers and gunships aren't what you need to protect yourself from air. And as it turns out, Just Awesome really needed to protect himself from air, because down goes his T3 Air Factory headquarters, and now he has no high-tech air to speak of. I think that will be the end of the Corsairs, or they could destroy another T3 generator, we'll see. They are targeting it now, but it doesn't look like there will be enough of them. Yeah. Alright, well, let's watch this strategic bomber, see exactly where it's headed. It looks like, yeah, on the northwest we've still got this weird engagement between T1 submarines and the remains of the Seraphim Navy. Still, no clear winners on that one. But the strategic bomber is headed directly to meet the Corsairs. Well, they barely pass each other. Yep, there we go. I don't think he realized there are more Corsairs on the way, because the bomber, this strat, didn't detect them. Okay, let's see. It is flying towards a random spot of the sea. Alright. Are you gonna... Hello? Never mind. It doesn't do anything. Okay, well, you know, he's got other things to worry about. He needs to rebuild his T3 Air somehow. He still doesn't have it. Yeah, he has one T3 support factory. But, oh god! Ow! That was painful. Lost the T2 Air Factory. His T3 Air Factory is heavily damaged now. The other two generators are heavily damaged as well. Also, you really don't need that much power, my dude. You definitely did not need 3 T3 generators when you've only got one T3 Air Factory. So that was also quite reckless, I dare say. A little bit too much mass into energy conversion happening around here. Salem class destroyers as well as the T2 sub-killers going out of Boy. Now, of course, Cybran sub-killers are famous for being mostly undetectable unless you can see them directly with your ships. So those could do some nasty business with the Navy of Just Awesome. The problem is they are approaching from a direction where there is no naval production or any ships to speak of. All the ships are on the eastern side of the island. So they are just... I guess the Barracudas are just gonna kind of be loitering around. Let's see what kind of orders that they have got. It says idle, which is not true. They are definitely moving, but I guess they're just moving towards this little bay. Yep, not too much going on. Well, some stuff going on here though. You've got a shootout between the two UEF navies out of both GeneralKnowledge and Just Awesome. It looks like Just Awesome is being pushed back for the moment, but it might just be because he doesn't realize he's got so much more ships. Or maybe it's because there are lots and lots of submarines out from GeneralKnowledge. But the first T3 ship hits the field, and it's a glorious UEF battle cruiser operational out from Just Awesome. Yep, there you go. Just completely annihilates all of the ships, all of the destroyers, all of the frigates. Everything will fall down, and even the cruisers are helpless against that because, you know, their missiles keep getting shot down, as you can clearly see. So now, at this point, hello? Oh, sorry, wrong button. Yeah, at this point, GeneralKnowledge should definitely retreat. Although it's already too late, the battle cruiser will destroy everything. Here we've got some more Seraphim artillery accumulating out from Just Awesome. Of course, you know, it's useless against submarines, but at least you can overwhelm the enemy cruisers and frigates, probably. Yes, the battle cruiser is Huh, okay, the battlecruiser just bypasses the enemy submarines. I'm sure Just Awesome will be able to do something else against them. However, one of the destroyers out from Boy now hits the field on the other side, or hits the shores. It runs into a broadsword, of course, you know, that one broadsword that was built up before. T3 Air being rebuilt now for Just Awesome. He has access to T3 Air once again. I don't think the destroyer will accomplish too much because, you know, yeah, it might destroy one generator. Let's see it. I can't tell where it's shooting. It's shooting something random. Yeah, that's not what you should be targeting, my dude. I think he could have destroyed one of the generators if his targeting was slightly better, but alas. It looks like the ships out from GeneralKnowledge are now trying to find better avenues of attack, and doing exactly that. The destroyers sailing towards the west now, cruisers in the area out from Boy, so they are still continuing their assault on the former base of who's this Weed, right? Yeah, you can say Ja or you can say Weed or whatever. I don't remember the exact terms or the exact other names you can give it. Alright. An engineer with 16 health remaining, constructing a land factory in the presence of 6 enemy engineers. Okay. Alright, let's see how that works out for you. Submarines still sailing about, trying to find any more targets, which there are no targets anymore at all. Just there are none. No ships, no naval factories, nothing like that. The artillery pieces are still bypassing the engineer. They will definitely, yeah, it looks like the engineer will succeed in constructing this factory. It's taking a sweet time, has to be said, because, yeah, of course, minus 60 mass per second in deficit, that's what happens. You can barely even afford a T1 factory. But I think this engineer will actually succeed, so that's it's quite an achievement, has to be said. Look at all those artillery pieces just floating by, and nobody cares. But there is now a land factory out from the enemy, right on your shore, in full view of the engineers. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't think there's too much happening. Of course, there are Cybran cruisers now, destroying all these artillery pieces because, you know, cruisers have both the range and the radar advantage over the Zethuis. So Cybran cruisers are a really great counter to them, has to be said. Yeah, the Mantis will just destroy all these engineers. This is an absolute fluster clock, I dare say. Oh yeah, and the destroyer from across the map is also here now. Will hit all of these precious T2 mass extractors. 2 Mantises destroy the engineers. Now, yeah, you can just accumulate a whole bunch of Mantises and just send them in and clear all of this, because there are no, you know, anti-land turrets here. And, you know, when everything is under fire by so many ships, it's not gonna end too well. Meanwhile, submarines actually attacking from the back door out from Boy, once again also sailing across the map, but they have finally arrived. They can hit all these naval factories, all these T1 factories. I'm hearing torpedo bombers. Oh yeah, of course, Cybran submarines also floating into the bay. T2 submarines are an excellent counter to the battlecruiser because you know, the torpedoes on the battlecruiser aren't that good. It's just, it survives on the sheer health. But it looks like they're fine for now. The torpedo bombers are now after the submarines, so they should have no problem clearing them up. Except, you know, try and not hit the soil with those torpedoes. The Salem destroyer out from Boy now crawls onto land, onto the former base of Just Awesome. There's lots and lots of anti-air units here, but barely any anti-land units. Once again, Mantises get under the shield. They are shooting the shield though, for some reason, instead of the generator. Yeah, that is not quite how you do it, but now there is a T3 gunship in the area, and that could clear everything up, I think. Oh yeah, it already... Yep, it already sunk both of the cruisers. It's barely got any health left, but that's more than enough to finish off the destroyers. Well... Alright, now a fleet of Corsairs being sent out. I'm pretty sure the Corsairs will accomplish even less than the ships did, because, you know, there is so much anti-air here. It's not gonna work out like that. The Corsairs could destroy this gunship, but no, it looks like they are targeting the gunship. Not quite enough anti-air on those bad boys, and there's more gunships in now, so basically this offensive will fail. 2 battle cruisers out now for Just Awesome, being surrounded by a swarm of frigates, as you do. However, there are no battle cruisers out from GeneralKnowledge as well. He's got the cruisers, he's got the destroyers and battle cruisers, so now you need to advance towards the next logical step. That is there you go, battleships, of course. He's still producing, you know, shield boats and cruisers and all that cool stuff to support them, but yeah, now it's time for battleships, because battleships beat battle cruisers. Okay, so the Corsairs are once again harassing Just Awesome's base, destroying mass extractors, as you do, of course. They will now get shot down because there's tons of anti-air or tons of fighters and interceptors out from Just Awesome, but at least they did something. I think you should stop donating mass like that though, and now transition to T3 air, which he is doing now, so good job me for predicting that. I actually genuinely predicted that. I didn't know that was gonna happen. Alright, the naval clash is about to erupt here between Just Awesome and GeneralKnowledge, or not, as the blue ships are now retreating, as they realize there are now 2 enemy battle cruisers, so you can't really face up to all that. It looks like missile defense is a little bit lacking now for Just Awesome, as the missiles are hitting the shields. Yeah, that's one way to deal with shields, is just to hit them with long-range cruise missiles. They are, you know, the shield dome is very easy to hit, and there aren't, and you know, it might be outside of the range of some missile defense units on the enemy's navy. Fighters out from Just Awesome flying all over the place. They do, apparently there aren't enough broadswords to destroy all these destroyers that are now once again bombarding the shores of the Seraphim base. It looks like they are targeting the land factory now, which was advancing towards T2, but T3, excuse me, but it might not survive long enough to actually do that. Although, with so many more broadswords present, yeah, just barely saves it, you know, 2,000 health left over. But I think that threat is now gone. Not very wise choice. The fresh, you know, the first fighters out from GeneralKnowledge already flying over that one T3 anti-air gun that was there, that was always there from the beginning. Of course, you know, broadswords, they aren't very good against fighters, naturally, because the anti-air on broadswords kind of sucks. It's like it's worse than the other T3 gunships, but it does take a while to destroy them, and the fighters out from Just Awesome are already on the way. They should be able to save those broadswords, so no big losses there. Of course, GeneralKnowledge will keep sending more fighters in. I think that's a mistake, because there are just more fighters out from Just Awesome, you know. You might just lose air for the next 10 minutes here if you engage. For some reason, Just Awesome is not engaging though. His gunships are still being pelted by the bullets of the fighters. Okay, never mind. Now they engaged. Now they do, and there you go. Please destroy them already. There's just like 4 of them. Yep, here you go. And they're also ready for the incoming, another incoming batch of enemy ships as well. There's only 2 cruisers here. It won't be enough to stop all these broadswords, so a good job. Good job, Just Awesome, keeping up that Seraphim base. It's still there. One of the battle cruisers has actually gets sunk out from Just Awesome, but I think there should be a battleship now coming in somewhere. Or, well, no, it's still being built. I'm guessing Just Awesome is completely out of mass. No, he's not. What? Why did it take so long to build that? It's a little bit confusing. Also, it might not have been a battle cruiser after all, but actually just a bunch of destroyers, because yeah, that would be too many battle cruisers if he had 4 and lost 1. So I think he just had 3 and didn't lose any. About to lose 1 right here, however, because he's pushing in too aggressively into an equal amount of enemy battle cruisers, which are now also forced to retreat. But it looks like, oh, there are now torpedo bombers on the way as well. Those could turn the tide, unless of course they just fly over a bunch of cruisers and get destroyed instantly. Alright, come on. It's 3v2. It's 3v2 on the battle cruisers. Come on, sink one. At least one. There you go. One blue battle cruiser goes down. Next up, it's probably going to be, well, the shields are in the way. Yeah, since the justawesome has shield builds, they are providing quite a bit of defense against those laser beams. But it looks like they are trying to bypass the enemy battlecruisers for some reason. I'm not entirely sure what they're going for, because that's not, you know, it's not gonna work. Oh, there you go. They didn't need to attack the other battlecruiser because there is lots and lots of torpedo bombers now on the way. Look at how fast that's sinking. Whoa, 160 health left over. Bye bye. That was the last battlecruiser for GeneralKnowledge. However, there are now fighters on the way as well as Corsairs. I don't think Boy knows that, you know, Corsairs aren't very good at anti-air. Keeps using them instead of, you know, advancing to G3. But they do a pretty good job against battlecruisers, of course. Surface ships are absolutely fair game for them, so the reckless attack out from justawesome has been repelled, and in fact now his navy is highly threatened because now all of the ships from Boy are in the area as well. All of the T2 subs, all of the destroyers are now chasing down the remaining frigates. Where's the battleship? What? Okay, I think... Oh, wait, he's not... It's not a battleship, right? Oh, my bad. Okay, he wasn't making battleships, he was making battle cruisers the whole time. Yeah, I didn't realize that. Only has one battle cruiser left over now, so should be relatively careful, I think. Oh, very nicely done. So Boy just transfers all of his ships to GeneralKnowledge, so Knowledge can have both of them. Both navies. At least both of the squadrons that are present nearby. He is still trying to establish himself on the island. Somehow he's managed to build a whole bunch of mass extractors here. The gunships, yeah, the gunships, I think those are the gunships that were destroyed before, you know, by the fighters, so it's not like they got destroyed by ships, but turns out those gunships still weren't enough, as somehow Boy was able to establish himself here. However, that was very short-lived, as there are now T3 Othum Seraphim tanks on the way, and those will definitely deal with all of these engineers and everything else, what have you. Transport being sent in, highly ambitious transport gets destroyed instantly, because, you know, transports can be targeted by the main cannons of the gunships, so they get completely melted in the presence of gunships. An air fight breaks out. This time we've got the air forces of GeneralKnowledge and justawesome, being the former being supported by some cruisers and interceptors out from Boy. It looks like it wasn't enough though, and the air force of GeneralKnowledge has been completely decimated, and now the gunships have free reign once again. Might get some extra experience out of these interceptors as well. Pretty cool stuff. So still, even though, you know, Team 2 have quite a bit of an APM advantage, they are still failing to find, you know, weak spots in the defensive perimeter of justawesome, who meanwhile comes out with a strategic missile submarine. Now that's something you don't see every day. I'm not entirely sure if they can't possibly know that there is a T3 sub, you know, a nuke sub now out on the way. Meanwhile, though, aggression happening this time out from justawesome as he attacks the enemy base directly, this time the base of Boy. He tries to destroy the T3 air HQ. I think he will be successful here, and also might destroy a generator as well. Those gunships, you know, they don't joke around. Yeah, his air fighters are also in the area. As you can see, they are still controlling the skies. So it looks like, yep, it looks like the T3 generator will also be destroyed, and all these air factories are also threatened. Ow, T3 mass extractors going down. Oh no. Yep, the T2 factory is also going down. It looks like there will be nothing left, at least of this part of Boy's base. Yep, that hurts a lot. That hurts a lot. You know, should have transitioned to T3 air a little bit sooner. Just a teeny tiny bit sooner, he might have been okay. There is a whole bunch of cruisers here who are still shooting down the enemy gunships, but I think the gunships can actually overwhelm them here as well. Ow. Yep, the cruisers are fleeing. It's not gonna be... It's a little bit too late for them. As the gunships finish off all the cruisers and start work on the naval factories as well. Wow, boy taking serious damage here, down to 10 mass per second. Wow. He does have T3 Navy now, but it's only making engineers. I think this is about the point where the gunships might be stopped, but no, there are still so many fighters accompanying them that... Oh no! Ow. Even more, yep, even more massive structures will be hit now. I think, yeah, also I think the reason Boy was so out of mass there was because he was, you know, he was out of energy as well, because he's got plenty more T2 extractors, so he couldn't possibly actually have 10 mass per second. I think he was just out of energy there. And that was the reason, but he did manage to pause all of his production, so now at least his energy is doing relatively okay. But he's losing so many more T2 mass extractors here. Ow. That was extremely painful for him. And it's not over yet, there's more gunships on the way. Oh no. Oh no. At the very least, we've got GeneralKnowledge pushing back against the Navy of Just Awesome now. I think they might have sunk another battle cruiser there. I can't see any, but I also can't see the submarine. Oh, so yes, Just Awesome has lost his nuke submarine. It's lying around here somewhere. I think this might be it. Yeah, it's a relatively smaller ship, right there. Yeah, I think that's it. So he lost, yeah, he lost his T3 sub, nuke sub. That was really painful. And just, you know, sent it out and it died immediately. To all of these T2 subs that were gifted by Boy to GeneralKnowledge. Yep, the subs are just shredding the frigates now. They do have an equal amount of battle cruisers, but with so many subs and no counter to them, this does not look good for... Oh, battle cruisers just insta-gived by the opposing battle cruisers and subs, but now look at all these torpedo bombers. Yeah, that's one thing that Just Awesome has that the enemy team does not. It's the air control. And with no cruisers in the area, at the very least he can save his T3 Navy. Meanwhile, an air fight breaks out over the naval factory. Oh god, GeneralKnowledge loses his T3 naval factory to the gunships, and the gunships even managed to retreat, so they will be looking for more targets very shortly here. At the same time, the submarines try to run forward and sink as many battle cruisers as they can. They will be able to sink at least one more before they are wiped out. Yeah, look at this frigate just getting instigated by the battle cruisers. Come on, can you sink this one? Come on, you have to sink this one. No, they're targeting the naval factories. That's not the right one. There's a T1 naval factory. Okay, there you go. The last battle cruiser sinks, but as it does, the first battleship also emerges out from Just Awesome, and now this battle cruiser is in big trouble. I don't think it could get away anymore. So many more gunships, so many more everything, pretty much. It looks like at least the main base of GeneralKnowledge, which at this point even has a nuke defense with 3 missiles loaded, at the very least this base is safe, because there are so many SAM launchers they will just instantly destroy all of the gunships that would try to invade. But at the very least, you know, it looks like the offensive on both sides is petering out here. There are more battle cruisers on the way from GeneralKnowledge, but he can't produce anymore because his T3 factory is gone. So he should probably just hang back and wait before he can restore it. His fighters are flying around and destroying all the torpedo bombers. That's not good. You gotta get those out of there. Come on. Don't let him just... Oh god. Look at this pain. Look at this physical pain that I'm experiencing right now. Okay, there you go. There you go. Yeah, get him out of here. Come on. Get him out of here. They're still being chased. Okay, there you go. There's some more fighters, so... At least half of these torpedo bombers should survive. Anyway, yeah, a whole bunch of Athums present on the field for the Seraphim base of Just Awesome. Yeah, guarding all of the entrances towards the factory. At least land factory is still safe. It's still producing more. I would like to see some assistance on that factory, you know, but instead we've just got engineers rolling around. reclaiming everything in their path. So many engineers, I'm just curious how many there are. That is 87 engineers as of yet, and there are more constantly being produced, so yeah, I'd like to see those engineers assist the factory. You probably would have gotten like 20 more Neptunes by now if you did that, but that's okay. He's got, you know, he's got other stuff to deal with. No more battleships as of yet. Oh, never mind, there's one battleship and another battle cruiser. So, the Navy being restored for just awesome. Well, he never really lost it, but, you know, he lost a whole bunch of ships. T3 Navy restored, as a matter of fact, for general knowledge. He's gonna build, he's gonna try and build a T3 naval factory on top of the T3 headquarters. I don't think that works. He's gonna have to reclaim that. Yep, he's reclaiming. I don't think he realized what's happening. Because, yeah, you can't build a support factory on top of the wreckage of a headquarters. That's not gonna work. You have to reclaim that first. But, you know, at the very least, I don't think he will overflow mass, so, yeah, he didn't. Okay, at least that's cool. So even though he probably didn't mean for this to happen, it still works out okay in the end. Naval factories, yeah, like we said before, the naval factories of, boy, really didn't really get lost. Well, we're never really lost, so he's just gonna build a whole host of cruisers in hopes of, you know, repelling all of these enemy gunships. He has to rebuild his main base, which he has done successfully. 3 T3 generators at this point, T3 air almost up, T3 mass extractors built on top of the wreckage as well. So overall, you know, boy isn't out of the game at all. He's actually surpassed general knowledge in terms of mass income right now. Which is really bizarre considering how much he's lost, but I guess since then Just Awesome stopped attacking him and now he's just fine. I honestly would have liked to see, you know, Just Awesome there completely wiping out the entire island, including the commander, but he couldn't kill the commander because that was underwater, but at least, you know, he could have wiped out everything on land and on the surface. But now boy has successfully rebuilt and will remain a threat throughout the game. Oh, also another really interesting cool detail here, this weird like electronic stuff coming out of the ground. I guess maybe this planet is a simulation after all. Some kind of a matrix thingamajig here. More destroyers and submarines being sent against the Seraphim base once again. This time they are targeting the newly emergent Navy, which Just Awesome was attempting to construct. Failed miserably, but you know, it's the thought that counts. Once again, I don't think these vessels will accomplish too much. Like, sure, you might destroy this little fire base here, but then what? You know, you won't be able to destroy the entire base, because then the gunships will just wipe you out. In fact, I'm pretty sure they are already poised to do exactly that. Yep, a whole bunch of gunships in the area, set to over 20 even, and more torpedo bombers coming in, so this offensive will fail. However, there is something interesting going on in the meantime. That is, there are 2 continental transports carrying Seraphim T3 tanks, so a little bit of sneaky plays going on for Just Awesome. He pulled them out of here. He's moving them throughout the top of the map, throughout the northern edge of the map. All of the cruisers are in the area though, so it's going to be air versus anti-air here as the gunships engage the destroyers and the cruisers, supported by some torpedo bombers. It looks like the cruisers stood absolutely no chance though, because there are just so many gunships that, yeah. But now the fighters are in the area and the fighters might change that. I feel like Just Awesome should still have more fighters than general knowledge, because, you know, that has been the case throughout the game. Especially considering the fighters are of general knowledge are focusing the gunships, while the fighters of Just Awesome are just pursuing them and getting free kills. But wow, it looks like lots and lots of gunships were lost, and they're still not done yet. Yeah, how do I say it? Just Awesome not microing his air too well, is what I was trying to say. Well, now, yeah, now it should all be destroyed. I mean, the air force of general knowledge gets destroyed once again because he flew over the enemy base. That's what happens when you fly over the enemy base. However, the gunships have the transports have almost arrived. I think they've been spotted though. Yep, and the fires are being sent against them. Let's see how long they can survive. Whap! The first one falls down. The second one tries to unload, but oh, almost unloads, but falls down anyway, and all of the tanks are lost. Well, that's a shame, because you know the transports could have unloaded over water, and I think in that case, GeneralKnowledge would be in a lot of trouble because he has no torpedoes here. You know, he just has a bunch of battle cruisers, but battle cruisers can't stop these chunky T3 tanks from crawling underwater and just emerging here. They could have destroyed the nuclear illuminator even, which at this point has 5 missiles. This is super valuable. I would have liked to see more shields protecting that, because it really is super valuable. Whoa, what is that? Oh, those are just some battleship shots being fired out from Just Awesome. But yeah, Just Awesome does have T3, oh, he has 2 T3 nuke subs, but they are about to get attacked by the enemy T2 subs. Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. T3 subs getting completely annihilated by the enemy hunter killers. Oh. Yep, see, this is exactly what T2 subs are good at. Especially the Cybran ones. At destroying enemy T3 subs. There you go. That's why they are called dedicated sub-killers in their description. I don't think they will accomplish too much else because the torpedo bombers are already upon them, but wow. Just Awesome even comments on that saying, ah damn, that was nearly rating. Yep. I don't think that was nearly rating. It looks like the nukes were like only halfway built, but now there is a massive naval engagement. Once again, GeneralKnowledge trying to attack 4 battleships against 5 battle cruisers, actually 6, 7, never mind. Well, I mean, normally battle cruisers should lose to battleships, but then you've got 4. When you've got 4 battleships versus 7 battle cruisers, that's a little bit, you know, a little bit of a different dynamic. There are already 2 battleships sinking. Well, 2 should be sinking, I mean, not quite yet, but very soon. Another battleship on the way. It might be too late though, as it looks like, yep, 2 battleships got smashed. The battle cruisers using their lasers to great effect against all the frigates. You know, they might not be the best against battleships, but they will definitely fry all these frigates to pieces. For some reason though, the destroyers and frigates of GeneralKnowledge are retreating. I think they should be pressing on and taking the shots so the battle cruisers don't take those shots instead. And here come the torpedo bombers. Let's see how much they can accomplish. It looks like they are targeting, well yeah, they're targeting the cruisers first, but the air from GeneralKnowledge has been rebuilt, and the air is on top of the game right now, so the torpedo bombers don't accomplish anything else. Another battleship gets sunk. There is now only 2 battleships left over against 5 battle cruisers. Honestly, you know, this whole battle cruiser thing is kind of working out, because, you know, normally battleships are countered by frigates. But since GeneralKnowledge is only building battle cruisers so far, those frigates aren't nearly as big of a problem, because, you know, they all just get instigated by the battle cruisers, who can then proceed to attack the battleships. They should be pushing in, they should be pushing further, you know, pressing onwards right now. Because at this point it already might be too late. A 3rd battleship just emerges out from Just Awesome. Constantly more shield boats and cruisers arriving. Now, obviously the cruisers can do no damage whatsoever to the battle cruisers, because they are, you know, they have missile defense, but the shield boats do make quite a bit of difference. When you've got these chunky battleships protected by even more chunk from the shields, that is what happens, you know, you just, it's just not enough damage. Okay, I think this new battleship, the fresh battleship, just gets, yeah, it just rolls into all of the enemy battle cruisers and gets sunk instantly, but I wonder what's gonna happen next. In the meantime though, first of all, there was an experimental unit out from Just Awesome. We'll see what that is in a moment. Before, first of all, we should watch an air engagement, because this one is looking much more promising for Team 2. You can see both the air forces of Boy and GeneralKnowledge on top of the enemy air force. There are also cruisers helping them as well. So it looks like it looks like the fighters are dwindling out from GeneralKnowledge. They're flying very dangerously close towards the cruisers, and now they're retreating. Okay, there you go. The first air victory in this game. out from Team 2, the first air victory for Team 2 I should say, as the Air Force of Just Awesome is sent packing. However, that is one thing you should not be doing. You should not be flying over enemy base. So many cruisers here. I'm sure there's also lots of T3 anti-air as well. Well, okay, they're retreating now. At this point though, Just Awesome should not be pursuing, but no, he isn't. Okay, so the first experimental of the game is a Novax out from Just Awesome, and it is actually not targeting the enemy bases, but rather is targeting the enemy cruisers, you know? Since there are so many cruisers out from Boy, but no shields on top of them, they make perfect targets for Just Awesome. For this Novax, who will just keep picking them off one by one, and there is not really much the cruisers can do, you know? You can't hide. You can't hide from a Novax satellite with stealth. There are two strategic bombers. They are targeting shielded bases, however. The bombers out from Boy will actually be shot down by the remainder of the Air Force from Just Awesome. Nope. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. Not this time. Of course, now they need to flee because the enemy Air Force is hot on their heels, but they do manage it. And already what is this? A second Novax out from Just Awesome. Is gonna be pumping out those Novaxes like hot cookies, I guess, because there are already two more on the way. And yeah, they show absolutely no signs of stopping. A whole bunch of torpedo bombers being built or being sent out. Yep, now they've got all these torpedo bombers, which I'm pretty sure are enough to sink all the cruisers. You know, the cruisers will eventually sink either way because of the Novax, but at this point, yep, just completely wipe them out. Another batch of cruisers headed towards the Seraphim island once again, but at this point, there is already some more stuff that is protecting it. In this case, it's T2 artillery, and that artillery will definitely be enough to stop the cruisers. A nuke being launched, and not by Just Awesome like you might have thought, but actually by GeneralKnowledge, who had managed to build a nuke launcher. The nuke is flying towards the navy of Just Awesome. The torpedo bombers are in the area. All of the T3, the entire Air Force of Team 2 is also here. Let's see how the nuke lands. The nuke hits nothing. The nuke literally hit nothing. Well, that was a little bit anticlimactic. However, we can watch this air battle unfold now between Team 1 and Team 2. Of course, between Just Awesome and Team 2, I should say. At this point, it looks like complete jibber jabber. You can't really see who is winning and who's losing. But it looks like there aren't quite enough T3 fighters out from Team 2, as they are way too close to the enemy cruisers, and there are still more fighters constantly coming in from Just Awesome as well. So it looks like a stalemate for now. I saw in the background Just Awesome just finished an Awasa bomber as well. I wonder where that's gonna go. We'll see in a moment. Or maybe we should see it just now, actually. Let me zoom out real quick. The Awasa is not doing anything, it's just sitting there. Lying around resting. 3 Novax is up already, another one will be here very soon. Let's just watch the naval battle unfold. Once again, battleships versus battle cruisers. However, when there are equal amounts of them, you know, an equal number of battleships and battle cruisers, the battleships should win, with no contest whatsoever. There is a bunch of frigates, you know, going in once again. But at this point, I think it's a little bit too late, as the battleships are targeting the battle cruisers directly, and they are being sunk. The missile defenses are somehow being overwhelmed by the enemy missiles as well, which is really weird. I figured battle cruisers do have enough missile defense to stop a few cruisers, but apparently not. And now the first battleship out from GeneralKnowledge just gets completely destroyed by the opposing gunships from Just Awesome. So I guess that's the end of that naval attack. Meanwhile, though, a Monkey Lord is walking across the bottom of the sea towards Just Awesome's main base. Look at this. Yep, just walking on in across the bottom. No big deal. The Awasa, I think Just Awesome just forgot about the Awasa, because it should have wiped all of this out a long time ago. Of course, I mean, the artillery will do some serious damage to them, but one Awasa bomb would have gotten rid of all this. It looks like, oh yeah, Just Awesome just lost a tier 3 Seraphim naval factory. Ouch. Yep, managed to build one T3 submarine, but that's it. No more. Because it's been completely eradicated. No, well. I am sure you will build another one over time. Meanwhile, though, the main base of GeneralKnowledge being targeted by the Novaxes out from Just Awesome. I think the 4th Novax, yeah, just completed. It's just sitting there doing nothing so far. But it should get there real soon. And now look at this. They are actually, yeah, GeneralKnowledge knows about this little trick. With the T3 transports, you can actually protect the stuff that the Novaxes are targeting with T3 transports, because they have shields as well. You know, those shield bubbles, they do wonders for protecting your base from the Novax attacks. But it looks like, well, they will now be targeting some T3 generators. That might hurt quite a bit, but, you know, the shields come back online, so far the Novax is not achieving too much here. The 4th Novax seems to be flying in the same direction. Just Awesome does not realize there is a Monkey Lord on the way, so that could be extremely dangerous. But meanwhile, though, would you look at that? Just Awesome just doesn't care at all. At almost 1000 mass per second, greatly surpassing the entire income of Team 2, almost twofold. Yeah, he alone has almost twice the income of Team 2. Really gotta do something about that. And he's already started work on the Maver. Yep, there is a Maver on the way. Already 22,000, oh, what, 22% done. Alright, they finally spot the enemy Monkey Lord. So at this point, Just Awesome is sending, yep, they see the Monkey Lord directly. At this point, Just Awesome is sending a whole bunch of torpedo bombers. They can't actually see the health on the Monkey Lord, but, you know, with so many torpedo bombers in the area, I don't think the Monkey Lord will hit land at all, actually. Yeah, 1000 health left over. It should be going down any minute now. Well, okay. It emerged from the sea and immediately got annihilated by the 20 gunships that are guarding the perimeter. Yeah, you should have sent the Monkey Lord together with the cruisers and not, you know, Monkey Lord first, cruisers next. That made absolutely no sense. There are still some fighters. It looks like the Air Force of Just Awesome hasn't been fully rebuilt yet, so the fighters are still reigning supreme out of Team 2. They will destroy all of these torpedo bombers eventually, but it might be too late and the cruisers might already be gone. And even so, even if they aren't, there is plenty of stuff to support them. There is even an Awasa, finally. He finally remembered about the Awasa. It's headed in the opposite direction, though. Hello? You wanna help out here? The Awasa will actually be enough to stop all of these fighters, not just the cruisers. It's just lying down. Okay, sure. But in the meantime, though, the 4 Novaxes are actually finally having the effect, the desired effect. They have destroyed 3 generators. They have destroyed the headquarters, the air headquarters out from GeneralKnowledge. So I imagine GeneralKnowledge isn't very happy about that. Some transports being sent towards the base of Just Awesome, but being shot down by the fighters. Yeah, at this point, Just Awesome actually just reigns supreme in the air as well. And no more fighters out from Team 2, or not, at least not from GeneralKnowledge. Here you go, you can see the last one's getting shot down here, because he has no more T3 air, no aircraft carriers either, so the Novaxes are still doing horrendous damage to his base. Destroyed the T3 land headquarters as well, yep. Destroying the last remaining generators, mass fabricators going up in flames. Everything's just getting annihilated. Really sad times for GeneralKnowledge. He's reduced to below 200 mass per second, which over an hour into the game, that is just horrendous. I feel like he should have gone for a resource allocation system at this point, but I guess he had plenty of other stuff to worry about, so didn't quite do that. And another Monkey Lord out from Boy is headed towards the same location, right? Am I right or am I right? I cannot see where the Monkey Lord is headed. There is just no... Yep, there is just no arrows for it on the map, no waypoints, I should say. Well, okay, it looks like he just sent everything towards the base of Just Awesome. But once again, all these forces are out of sync. You've got Salem destroyers who are already there, you've got cruisers who are still on the way, and you've got the Monkey Lord who is just like a third of the way there, and the fighters somewhere in between. I think the fighters might actually be enough in this instance because, you know, there are so many, there aren't enough, there don't seem to be enough fighters out from Just Awesome here. However, when the fight is over the enemy base, the Awase is in the area as well. The Awase is quite a damage sponge for the fighters as well, besides, you know, besides being also having really good anti-air DPS. So no, this attack is going to fail once again. With the Awase present, no chance whatsoever. And all of the engineers, what is this now? There's like a myriad of engineers headed towards the base of Just Awesome as well. The Maver is already 91% complete, 92 as we speak. I wonder how many of these things Just Awesome has. Support commanders, right? That's what they're called. He's got 18 RASCOMs, so not too many. Over 1,000 mass per second income. And he's also making... Oh yeah, he's also made Ravagers just to protect himself from the... Yep, there you go. There's one Ravager just to protect himself from the Salems. But yeah, the Salems are now gone. The battle cruisers are in the area as well. They tried to attack, you know, from a different direction. They got one T3 mass extractor, but that's, you know, that's not enough to justify it. Strategic bombers flying in as well. They are targeting the Novaxes though for some reason. I'm not entirely sure what destroying one Novax is supposed to accomplish. Also, interestingly enough, I can't see the commander of Just Awesome at all. Where would that go? Hello? My dude, where's your commander? I wonder if he knows where his commander is. It's in the middle of the base. Okay. Yeah, I feel like they would have had more success trying to snipe the commander than trying to snipe the Novaxes, because the commander is still on land, you know. It can easily die to strategic bombers. It's completely unupgraded, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. But okay. Yeah, so the Novaxes, Just Awesome feels like the Novaxes have done their job in the base of GeneralKnowledge, so now they leave and now they go towards the main base of Boy. I think they're supposed to be targeting the... Well, it says they're idle. I feel like they're supposed to be targeting the T3 Naval factory, and there you go. The first Maver shell flies in. Let's see where it goes. Oh! Immediately destroys a T3 power generator. Let's see. Oh, GeneralKnowledge Control K's out of the game because of the Maver shells. Oh, God. Yep. T3 generators going up in flames and exploding. The next shell actually misses. Doesn't hit anything at all. Let's see. It looks like Maver took a pause in shooting. Let's see the pretty explosions, shall we? Another miss. And... Hello? And another miss. And also... Oh, yeah, there you go. There's one get hit. Destroys one generator. Destroys... two more generators. Okay, but I think that's enough because the Monkey Lord is still coming. Nothing is destroying the Monkey Lord. They are targeting the battle cruiser. They see the Monkey Lord, but they aren't targeting that. They're targeting the battle cruiser. Well, the battle cruiser doesn't do anything. Yeah, pretty much accomplishes nothing. Just hits the shield once. But the Monkey Lord, though, there are also strategic bombers in the area which can't do anything whilst the Monkey Lord is underwater. But there you go. It finally emerges full health right next to the Novaxes and the Maver and all of the other highly explosive stuff. There is actually a Mass Fabricator next to the Maver. I think the T3 Mass Fabricator does like 5,000 damage when it explodes. I could be mistaken though, but yes, the Monkey Lord is destroying one Novax. And another Novax, and another Novax. Oh no, all of the Novax is completely annihilated by the Monkey Lord. It still keeps going. Well, okay, one Novax is alive. It is going to collapse on top of the T3 generator as well. Doesn't quite destroy it though. The Maver is completely intact though and is still firing. And at this point I am not entirely sure what Just Awesome, or what Boy is supposed to do here, as the last Novax is still frying his remaining factories, which aren't even working, and there you go. Just Awesome wins the game, Boy control K's out of it, and the match is over. So yeah, what an amazing ladder game though. How often do you see ladder games that last over an hour, let alone feature multiple nuke launchers, as well as a Maver, as well as 4 Novaxes for just one player? Damn. That was friggin' glorious, I gotta say. I absolutely loved it, and I hope so did you. But yeah, this is all I've got for you for today, so if you enjoyed this game, please don't forget to like, comment, or like and subscribe, and comment if you feel like it. Tell me what you'd like to see more, what you'd like to see less, and don't forget to vote in the poll as well. Okay, just please vote in the poll, because seven votes is nothing. Okay, so yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it once again. I'll be going away now, and you take care and goodbye, and I hope to see you again soon on the battlefields of the future.